Well, I got up this morning to read that we weren't going to have any agreements in place at all, and here we are this morning, the first one already signed. There'll be more to be signed. There'll be a pipeline of them now to be signed as we go through. Basically, we have to replicate the trade agreements that the EU has with a range of other countries in case there is no deal with the European Union. We leave on the 29th of March. This agreement makes it easier for our goods to comply with Australian standards. It would cover 34% of all our exports, including automotive, which is quite important to the UK. So this is an important milestone. Well, we hope they will be, but they're not just dependent on the UK. Our side is ready. It's largely dependent on whether other countries believe that there will be no deal and are willing to put the work into the preparations. Well, I don't believe we could have an independent trade policy if we stayed in a customs union. And the reason for that is in a customs union, with the European Union, we would have to apply European trade law without having a say in how it's made. And we would also have to apply what's called the Common External Tariff, which would restrict our ability to make agreements outside the European Union's ability to do so. It would not be, in my view, delivering Brexit. I think that the main thing is that we don't end up in that position.
But it's a possibility with this attempt to build a consensus by the Prime Minister?
Well, I'm not sure that there is such a consensus across the House of Commons. A lot of people on both sides want us to be able to have an independent trade policy. They believe that when we voted to leave the European Union, it was made very clear in our manifestos that it was to leave the single market and the customs union. We have to do what we promised in our manifestos. The government can't rule out a no deal, because there can only be a no deal if we get a deal, and that means getting something through the House of Commons, and if something doesn't go through the House of Commons, there can't be a deal. That's not within the government's control, that's within the control of our